on was over an hour ago, and I've got 21 new emails. Okay, great. Good. Excellent, excellent. Let me flag this. Okay, so no emails from other members of the class. It's time to start. Let me start as I always do. Does anybody have any questions?
Oh, thanks. So.
Okay. And the other, I have another question right now, which is, hold on, getting the calendar. All right. Friday, November 26th is the day after Thanksgiving. It's up to you as to whether we hold the class or not. I am going to be, no. Okay, so Elisa says no.
That's
No what?
No
So,
class.
you know, no, so we can do no class. It's up to you folks. You know, had I gone out of town, I would have said absolutely no class, but I'm not going out of town. So, but okay, so there will be, Nancy, we just took a consensus. There will be no class on November 26th, day after Thanksgiving. So, and I think that works for everybody, which is fine. Yep. Not a
Sorry I'm
problem.
late.
That's okay. So let me make a note. I will, okay, so no class. How about a pen that actually writes? It's not that one.
I've switched to pencils for that reason.
Yeah.
Erasable pens.
No
No
class.
restrictions.
Mechanical
good.
pencil so I don't run out of lead.
That too.
Okay, so if nobody has any questions, let's proceed. We are on page 32. Now, the letter we're going to learn is the tough. Sometimes it has a dot and sometimes it doesn't have a dot. And it's the same, we pronounce it the same way as a T. Now it says see page 17, so I'm going back to 17 to see what they want us to see. 17. Okay, it's the same thing. So basically, we've sort of already learned this. Now, you might ask the question, and here I'm going to take us on a little bit of a detour, but you may ask the question, well, why have a dot if it doesn't change the sound or anything? That's because way back when, there was a different pronunciation. The one without the dot was like an S, as in Sam. The one with the dot was the T. So sometimes you might, well, I'm going to start my sentence differently. There are some people who, when they learned Hebrew a whole long time ago, learned it as the S sound. I was going to point out that there's an older man in my synagogue who learned it a whole long time ago, who pronounces it with the S sound. And then I realized that there's a man who is probably my age, who led our morning minyan the other day, who also pronounced that as an S sound. And I was very surprised because I didn't realize he did that. But anyway, I'm sorry, Nancy, you said something you do too?
I learned it that way.
Yes. Okay. So many of us learned it that way. And that would be the Ashkenazi pronunciation, the Eastern European Germanic pronunciation. We are using the Sephardi pronunciation, which is the pronunciation that's used in Israel. And so we will have it as the T sound. So with that in mind, let's read line number 1 on page 32. And Ellen.
Ta, ta, to, tu, te, ti.
Very nice. Thank you. Elisa, line 2, please.
ta, ta, toe, toe, two, two, te, 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 tt.
Very nice, thank you. Ruth, line 3, please.
Shabbat, notain, ot, he, oto, otanu,
Yes, very nice. Now,
otanu.
yeah, that was nice. Thank you. Gail K, line 4, please.
Tamid, Nair, Tamid, Torat, El, Ha, Leet,
Do that last one again.
Tachlit.
Right. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. Now the next letter we're going to focus on is the hey. Notice it says H in the box because the hey works like the letter H in English, meaning the following. If it's at the beginning or the middle of a word, it's pronounced like ha or ho or honey, words, or home, house, words like that. If it's at the end of the word, it would not be pronounced, such as ba or ha, H-A-H, or other words that I can't think of right now. So that's what the hey is. Okay, any questions on that? All right, good. So let me see. We're on line 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gail B, please.
HaShabbat, HaKadosh, HaShalom, HaSharetz, Hu.
Very nice, thank you. Notice, okay, so the 1, 2, the first 4 words in this line all started with ha, whatever. Okay, that is very commonplace. Hebrew is efficient and sometimes uses prefixes and suffixes as opposed to words. So for example, the ha in front of a word means the. So that's why you would see it a lot. Okay. Line 6, Nancy, please.
Can I just interrupt really quickly? I
Yes.
have to do something I'm training and they just messaged me that I have to go do it. So I'm
Yep.
gonna have to step out, but listen to this when I'm recording. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Thank you for letting
I'm
us
training
know.
people
Good-
this week. Thank
good
you. Have a
luck.
great week.
Thanks, you
Bye.
too. Bye. Okay, so now let me see, where was I? I was calling on Nancy. Thank you very much. Line 6, please.
Okay. Elohim, Eloheinu,
Mhm.
Elohechem.
Very nice, thank you. Ellen, line 7, please.
HaTorah, Ha'a,
Uh-uh,
Haya,
yes,
Haya.
yes.
sorry. Okay. Notain, HaTorah.
Very nice, thank you. Ruth, line 8, please.
Excuse me. Ata, Baruch, aha,
Baruch.
ata,
Right,
ata, Baruch, ata. And then I don't know what that last, is
okay,
that
so
just,
that, okay, so no. So that's a like an abbreviation.
is that Adonai?
Yes, it is. Yeah, you got it. But it's an abbreviation. Sometimes people are writing emails and they go BTW, by the way, an abbreviation. That's what this is. Abbreviation
Okay.
for Adonai, because you don't want to write out the name of God. Because once you do on a piece of paper, you can never destroy that piece of paper. You have to bury it in a, you have to bury it.
Got it.
So you don't want to do that. So that's why you've got the abbreviation. Okay,
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
you're welcome. So page 33 is review
No,
and
we have the
expansion.
last- We have the
I'm sorry.
last
39.
one. Last
I'm sorry, does
one,
somebody has a question?
39.
We're on 39?
32, page 9.
Line
Line
9,
nine.
line 9.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Thank you very much. What happens is when I stop and talk, I forget where my place is. So
Welcome to
because
the
my
club.
finger moves. All right. So wait a minute. It was Ruth who read last. So Gail, K, line 9, please.
All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Very
And-
nice. Thank you.
And we
Oh, sorry, I'm
go
late.
from there.
Right. So, okay, Irina.
I'm sorry, I just came. I'm sorry, I'm late. What are we supposed to do?
All right, we're on page, we're starting, we'll be beginning on page 33 in a minute,
Okay.
okay? And Irina's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. Hold on. All right. I was just taking attendance, making sure I have everybody down. Okay. So we are on page number 33, which is called Review and Expansion. So it reviews a lot of what we've already learned. And so let me see if I do, okay, hold on. I'm going to, and let me see, and give you, okay. So Irina, because you just joined us, if you could read line 2 on page 33.
Okay, seems like kirush.
No, okay, so this is focusing on the Dalid, the D sound. Notice how it's like squared on the top and dented in on the side. So that's key.
Oh,
Kiddush.
kiddush. Oh, this is D. Okay, sorry. Kiddush. Kaddish.
Yep.
Kadush.
No,
Oh, just a second. Is this not O?
yes, that part's right. Dash.
Oh, sorry. Kodesh. It's A. Kodesh. Dodi.
Yep.
Dodi. Dibud.
All right, that's an R at the end.
Oh, Dibur.
Dibor, very nice, thank you. Okay,
He looks the same. On the
what
print,
looks,
R and D looks the same.
they look similar. The R is rounded. The D is squared off and dented in,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so Gail B, line 3, please.
Adar. Hadrat.
Yes, Hadrat,
Hadrat.
very nice.
Kodish.
Mm-mm. What's the vowel under the D?
Kodesh.
Yep, yep.
Adon. Olam.
Right. Adon Olam. Very nice. Nancy, line 4, please.
Limad ta
Yep.
Sedek.
Yep.
Sadiq.
Yes. And do line 5, please, because it's only one word.
Kadosh.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay. Irina, line 6, please.
Too fast.
Well, I
Uh,
like to go in order and I gave, I added you in quickly when you joined and now you're,
yeah, I
in
have a
order.
double. I have a double. Kiddush.
the first one on 6
Yes.
is,
No, it's, oh, I'm sorry, Kodesh. Kodesh.
Kodesh, yep.
Kodesh. Kiddush.
Yes.
Kadosh.
Yep.
Kadisho.
Okay, it's better to go cud show. There's nothing under the D, so it's
Oh.
just cud show.
Cod. Show.
Right, very nice. How about trying the next little part of that line?
Cod. Shin. Cod shin. Oh,
Mm-mm.
cod shin.
Cud she ha.
Oh, this is ha. Cod. She ha.
Okay, yes.
Ki. Di. Shanu. Kidishanu.
Kid shanu. Yes, very nice.
Shanu. Ki. Da. Just a second. Ki. Da. Shta. Kidashta. Kid.
Kidash
Ta.
ki dash ta.
Kid. Kidashta.
Yes, very nice.
Me.
It's better to say
Ka-
meh. Excuse me.
me-
It's better.
Sorry. Me. Ka. Desh.
Yes,
Mekadesh.
mekadesh. Yes, very nice. Okay.
Excuse me, can you just say the
Yeah.
second word again in that line? Do you, because the D, do you pronounce the vowels?
Kid. No, kid shanu.
How do you know not to say the two dots? Like, why wouldn't?
Oh, okay, so you could, if you said it, it's not necessarily wrong. But it's better to say kid shanu. Now, some people do say kid shanu, but I think it's better just to say kid shanu.
There's no way to know unless you know the word.
Well, there is a way to know. We'll get to it when we go to the next page.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we are, okay. So now let me see. I had called on somebody. I forgot who. The last person to read was
Arena.
Arena. That's what I thought. Okay. So Ellen, lines 7 and 8, please.
Kol. Kol Hashem. Oh, Beth, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The hara.
Okay. Be ha dar.
Rar.
Dar.
Is the last one or not letter an R sound?
Yes. So it's be ha
Harar.
dar.
Hadar. Okay, so it's
Be.
a second to the last is a duh and the last one's an R. Okay.
Correct.
Wow, I don't see it so well. Okay, we'll do better. Okay.
Lee.
I'm sorry. Lee. Likrat. Likrat.
Yep. Yep. Very nice. Yep.
Likrat Shabbat.
Very nice. Okay. Question, Nancy.
Okay, so why, to me, why is there an extra, what I consider extra olive? Why?
Okay. It's a spelling. It's spelling. It
Okay,
has to do with spelling. Hebrew words all come from a root. There's always a root for each Hebrew word. The root is typically 3 letters. The root here is the kuf, the resh, the aleph, the kaf, are, and that has to do with it means reading and coming, and so you need to have the whole root in order for the word to make sense.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
You're welcome. So now we're on line 9 and I think we're up to Ruth.
Yep.
And so lines 9 and 10, please.
I'm sorry. Makor. Mikor. Ha beracha.
The first word, it's better to say mikor, not me, but that was good. And
Okay.
then line 10, please.
Line 10.
Mhm.
Say tzikem.
Seitchem.
Say
Okay.
again.
Seitchem.
Tzikem. Oh,
Why
Yeah.
Hannah? D.
tzikem.
Yeah, nice. What happened to Gail K? She disappeared. All right. Gail B, please, line 11.
Meets Raim.
Yes,
Oh, and it's fine.
Mitzrayim, it's
Okay.
Egypt.
Mitzrayim, okay. Iyat.
Yeah. Okay, remember the 2 dots are yeah,
Iyat.
yeah, see, at.
Oh, Yitziyat. Yitziyat.
Yeah,
Meets Raim.
yes, nice. And 12, please.
Hamotzim.
What?
Hamotzim.
Hamo,
Hamotzim.
there's no
Hamo-
M at the end. Hamo,
Sorry.
Hamotzi.
hamotzi, yeah,
Oh, Hamotzi.
yeah, yeah.
Hamotzi and
And the last one?
matzah.
Yeah,
Oh, matzah.
matzah. Okay. Gail K, please, line 13.
Sedek. Sedek.
Yep.
Sadiq.
Mm-hmm.
Sadiqim. Sedaka.
Very
Sedaka.
nice.
Tzedakah.
Tzedakah. Yeah.
It's nice
And-
to see these words and be able to read them finally.
Yeah. Nancy, line 14, please.
Sion. Ratzon,
Mm-hmm.
Ratze,
Better to say ritze.
oh, Ritze,
Yeah.
Seat.
Very nice. Okay.
Is-
Now,
Wow.
Is seat a word?
yes,
Yeah.
Tzitzit.
it's the things on the end of the talus.
Oh,
Tzitzi.
right.
Or some people say tzitzis with the S at the end. You see, that's where it comes from. So sometimes you'll hear people saying something about tzitzis. That's really what it's tzitzit, how we pronounce it. That's the
Got it.
word.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? You're welcome. Now,
Is where we get crazy.
okay, we're on page 34.
Okay.
And oh boy, okay. So we are going to be learning the vowel called schwa, which is 2 dots, one on top of the other. Now you will notice that the our text points to first the sounded schwa, excuse me, and then the silent schwa. Now, the sounded schwa, which is like the I in it, appears at the beginning of a word or at the beginning of a syllable. The beginning of the syllable part is difficult, I get it. But at the beginning of a word, that's easy. Okay? Does anyone have any questions at that, just to this point?
I do.
All right.
I
Yeah,
do.
okay.
I've been trying to figure out how to ask it. What do
All
you,
right, well,
what do you mean at the beginning of a syllable?
okay. Hold the question, please. Okay. At the beginning of the word, everybody got that one? Simple. The beginning of the word, right? You know what the beginning of the word is? That's very simple. Now, I'm thinking in terms of, so let us look at, let's not look at anything just yet. Okay.
That's
The
fine.
beginning of the word is the simplest one. That's, that's so obvious. Now, sometimes you'll say, well, gee, how do you know, for example, if you look at line 3, the second combination, all right, I'm not going to do the first combination, the second one, that's all broken up, but it's ha-milachim. And that's the mil isn't the beginning of the word, but I want to tell you that it is. And the reason I'm saying it is because the word is milachim. The ha means the. So the ha was added on as a suffix. I mean, as a prefix, sorry, prefix. And so the word is milachim, and that's why you would pronounce it ha milachim. So anytime there's a ha in front of it, you know without doubt, because that's a prefix, that it would be ha-milachim, okay? Now, that's the sounded schwa.
Okay.
The silent schwa is, and you typically ends a syllable. So, and you remember that we've been reading words and there've been letters without anything underneath them. That's because it should have the silent schwa, but since you hadn't learned it, the text didn't want to confuse you. So if you look at line 4, it's mal ache or el yon. Okay?
Yes.
All right, now, before I move on to the next part of this page, I want to, we're gonna do a little arithmetic, simple arithmetic, okay? You'll all get this right. I have confidence. I'm not worried. Okay. 1 plus 0 equals
One,
1. Excellent.
go,
2 plus 0 equals
2.
2. Gee, you're all superstars here. 3 plus 0 equals
3.
3. Okay, excellent. Now, that's my introduction to the bottom half of this page. So what happens is sometimes you have what I want to call combination vowels. So we all know the vowel. Hold on a sec. I'll put a letter on top of it. Okay, so right over here we have ah, right? Now, what I want to point out to you is that when I add, and let me get my red pen. Come on, red pen. Here you are. Okay, when I add 2 dots in front of it in red, notice, right? think of those two dots as having the value of a 0. So if you have an plus a nothing, you still have
Ah,
Okay. You still have
sorry.
No, that was good. I like that.
Was perfect.
It was perfect. So next we have, okay, everyone knows this is the
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And now, without rewriting it, I'll just add something of the value of nothing so that you now still have
Eh,
exactly. And lastly, we have the other, whoops, right? And if I add my nothing in front of it,
you
whoops,
still have
we still have yeah,
another
okay. Well, we always had the two ahs.
I know. I have a question about that with the two
Yeah.
ahs. Is there something that dictates when you use what looks like the little T or just a dash, or it doesn't
There,
matter?
Okay, so for our purposes, it really doesn't matter
Okay,
because we're not composing anything that where we're adding the vowels. We're just learning
it.
to read. And so for our purposes, we just need to know what it looks like and sounds like. That's all. Okay.
okay.
So now, wait, can I ask one question? If
Yeah,
it's in the
sure.
beginning, if the with the extra dots is in the beginning of the word, then you would say it. The
You would
I,
say it, you always say it no matter where it is.
but no, the but if there's the two dots in the beginning of the word, is that what you're supposed to say?
Okay, the
The
point,
I sounds?
it's not it's just
So when do you say the two dots that I sound? When do you say it then? If it's
If they're all by
When it's-
themselves,
when it's all right, exactly, when it's all by itself.
okay, if it's with another vowel, you never say it.
Okay, right, when it's with another vowel,
You
it's
never. It's
you
always
ignore-
silent.
right.
Okay, and when else is it silent? So it's always silent with another vowel?
correct.
Any other time of silence?
Well, when it's under a letter at the close of a syllable.
I'm not sure I understand that. What do you mean? Okay, that's the time I didn't understand what the other word in the middle of the word, right?
So if it's in the middle of a word and it's closing a syllable, which we haven't, it's hard to know. You learn that, as you go along. It really is hard to know.
Okay.
For the most part, if you see it in the middle of a word, you would just kind of ignore it, so to speak, at least for now.
Okay,
Now the vowel okay, so the vowel with the two dots next to it, basically what we just went over is typically found under the ayin, the aleph, or sometimes the hey. So in other words, you wouldn't find it everywhere. You'll only find it under certain letters. Only basically the silent letters. So the aleph is definitely silent. The ayin is definitely silent. The hey isn't silent, but it's close to being silent. Okay. I mean, it's a huh sound, but it's pretty silent if you're not really listening, or if the person isn't really enunciating clearly, if you will. So that's what line 7 is all about. Now, who is the last person to read? I forget. Anybody else remember? I don't remember.
I
Okay,
think
so
it was Gail K.
oh yeah,
Okay, so Nancy, do you want to take a crack at line number 7 on page 34?
Not gonna read any of the other ones first?
Nope.
Okay, 7. Alechem,
Nice.
mal, le,
Just mal.
oh, it's mal, ache,
Yes, nice.
adon,
Mm-hmm.
Eloheinu, asher.
Yes, very nice.
Thank you. It looked more complicated, asher.
Yes, of course. And line 8, Arena, please.
You know, um, I think it's Baruch.
Yes.
Baruch. Ata.
Yep.
Ata. This is like
Next.
no who. Ata.
Baruch atah, that's right. The next one's Adonai.
Oh, this Adonai. Okay. Eloheinu.
Eloheinu.
I actually just a little bit of Eloheinu. Melech.
Yep.
Ha. Hayolam. Hayolam.
Okay, no,
Ayolam.
there's no
Ayolam.
yes. Well, wait a minute, stop. There's no yeah here at all. So it's ha,
Just again.
o,
Hayolam. No,
Okay.
Haolam.
that's right.
But you have this silent.
All right, the silent is silent. It's not yeah, it's just silent. Ha, o,
Oh,
lam.
this is Shiva. Haolam.
Mhm.
Okay. Asher.
Yes.
Asher.
Yes, very nice.
Sure. Okay.
Um,
Can somebody read number 7 again? I'm sorry, I missed it. Or like
okay,
line 7.
we'll read it in a minute, but Nancy has a question. Nancy.
Okay, could we read line 8
Okay,
without it being all in syllables? Could we,
sure.
I
I'll
don't know
read
what the word is. As a reading teacher, I would say, could we read it smoothly? But I mean, that's not really what I'm,
That is what you're saying. All right, I'll read line, okay, I'll read line 8 and then I'll read line 7.
okay.
Hold on. Okay, one person at a time. So anyways, I'll read line 8 and then I'll read line 7. Line 8. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher.
Okay,
Dot, dot,
That's
dot.
what I
That's
thought.
the beginning of most blessings. Okay, that's the beginning of a whole lot of blessings. Line 7, somebody asked for. I think it was Irina. Aleichem malache Adon Eloheinu asher.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions?
Oh.
Okay. Now, on page number 35, sorry. The top of the page, lines 1, 2, and 3 are focusing on the vowel O. Remember that the O, the dot is on top. So let's read lines 1, 2, and 3. Ellen, line 1, please.
Shalom, Kadosh,
no, notain. No, ra.
Mm-mm.
No,
What's
no,
t, 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 t?
oh, I'm sorry, Torah.
Yeah,
Rat, ratzon,
yes, very nice. Okay, Ruth, line 2, please.
Yolam.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Oh, Salam.
No, it's olam.
Olam. Okay. Leolam. Hayom.
Yep.
Otanu.
Yep.
Ha. Oh, Hamotzi.
Yeah, very nice. You get it. Excellent. Okay. Gail K, line 3, please.
Matzot, matzot, matzah, matzot, matzot.
Right, very nice. Okay, now. The way I like to teach that vowel, the O, is as follows, which I believe I already taught you, but I'm going to just repeat it. So we're all on the same page, and that is the dot is over and it's being propped up. I like to think of the part below the dot as a prop. It's propping it up. It's holding it up. Okay? Now, I don't want you to get confused, but this, without the dot on top, that's a letter in and of itself. It's the vav with the sound of a V. So when you see this letter with vowels underneath it, such as this, it would be the. Or it could be va, like this. Okay? Now, with that in mind, what is below line 3 is a word with 2 arrows in front of it and an exclamation point at the end of it. I think Gail K read last, correct? So it would be Gail B. You want to take a crack at that word?
I got it.
Vizianu?
Almost.
Vitsi-
Vitsi,
Oh, Vitsivanu.
right, Vitsivanu. Everybody see that?
Which line? I didn't see it.
There's no line number. It's below line 3 and it's
Ah.
above the box.
Okay, let's see.
Okay?
Oof, yeah.
Vitsivanu. Any questions?
Gosh, it looks the same.
What looks the same?
The V, the R, the D.
Well, that's,
Sorry. but
okay.
No, we're laughing. I'm laughing with you. It's like,
Okay. Arena, you're not wrong. The difference, really, the difference is that this little V thing, the top of it is very short. It's very, very short. Whereas if it were a dalet or a resh or some other letter, it would be much, see, it would be longer.
Okay.
See the difference? One is very short at the top and one's longer.
This is
So that's
R.
one way of distinguishing it. The other thing is you will often see the "the," that's this one, in the beginning of a word
Means and.
because it means "and." Exactly. So
Yep.
you will see it a lot at the beginning of a word. You'll see it in other places as well. I don't want you to be misled, but it also appears quite frequently at the beginning of a word. Okay?
Good, thank you.
All right, so let me see. I'm up to Nancy.
Okay,
Line
fine.
4, please.
Okay. Va, va, vi, ve, ve, vu, vo, v. Ve.
Yes,
Ve.
the. Very, very nice. And nice that you didn't get stumped with the next to the last word, little combination. Thank you. Okay, line 5. All right. So I shouldn't talk because I forget.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Is it, who just read? Nancy, did you just read?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, so Irina, line 5, please. Oh,
Ver Shabbat.
yes, very nice.
That's it. V dot
The,
where dot sat
wait a minute. The,
where
ra,
oh it's a ra. I'm sorry. Where ra sa
yeah,
veratsa. Veratsa. Huh? Veratsa.
mhm.
They are
Okay, that's a duh. The, odd.
oh, wait, I'm sorry. Where odd wa no it's wa.
No, it's not.
V-
Okay. It's va, ed.
Oh no. Wa ed
Va, va.
va ed.
Okay. Just so that everybody understands, there is no W in Hebrew. There's no W. So,
See.
It's
I mix
just,
I always mispronounce them anyways.
well, hey, listen, it is. But I just want to point out that there is no W sound in Hebrew. So, so for example, if you were reading a story written in Hebrew and it took place during the American Revolution, and one of the characters was this guy whose name is George Washington, in Hebrew it would come out as Washington because there is no W. Okay, so just as that was a detour. Doesn't matter if you remember that or not. I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so we're now on line 6, I believe. Ellen, please.
Ba'ad. Olam. La'olam. Ba'ad. It's an R at the end.
No.
Oh.
It's the vowel. Va.
Oh, va'ed.
Right.
Votanu.
No. The.
Viotanu.
Right. The Otanu. Very nice. Okay. Ruth, line 7, please.
Mitzavacha.
Almost. Mitzavcha.
Say it again.
Mi-
Mi-
Say that again. What did I?
Mitzavcha.
Mitzavacha.
Perfect.
It's not an U at the end there, but isn't the dot in the middle, or am I just not reading it right?
No, it's a T.
It's a
It's
little
Oh.
T.
the ah sound.
Okay, sorry, can't see it.
It's okay.
Okay, I recommend this thing here called the magnifying glass.
All
I
us blind
I
people.
must tell you, I had a crisis the other day. It had dropped on the floor and kind of fell under some things, and I was beside myself because I really need it.
Thankfully you found it.
Line
I
7,
did-
word 2 is Hayom.
Yep,
Mitzvah.
right. Mitzvah.
Yay.
Yep,
Mitzvah. Mitzvot.
very nice. Yes, thank you. Gail K, line 8, please.
Siva. Sivanu.
Wait a
Then-
minute. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong line. Go ahead. Yep,
We're on 8, right?
yep,
Vitsivanu
yes,
and Vitsivanu.
very nice.
Vanu, right.
Vitsi Vanu. Yes, very nice. Gail B, line 9, please.
Viva. Mitzvah, oh, mitzvah,
Yeah,
Sviva,
Siva. I don't know what you said, but
Sviva,
Siva.
Sviva,
No. Siva.
Siva,
Right.
mitzvah,
Yeah.
spa,
Mm-mm. Same
Oh,
word as
Svi-
before.
oh, Sviva,
Siva.
Siva,
Yeah.
mitzvah,
Right. Very nice. Okay. Nancy, line 10, please.
Mitzvah. Mitzvah. Mitzvot. Mitzvot. The mitzvot.
Right. Very nice. Thank you. So what is this thing?
Mitzvah or mitzvah?
Okay. Okay, so now on the next page, page 36. What happens is, let me go back before I go to page 36. If we look at line 4 on page 35, and we look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 10th and 11th combinations, 10 and 11. And I will write them out. Okay, so this is 10 and this is 11. Okay, so 10 and 11 were these two combinations. They both say vo and vo. All right. Got it? So now when I go back to page 30, whatever that page, 6. Okay. What I want to point out is okay. This word here. You can all, that's at the top of page 36 on the left-hand side. And it says, who would like to read it?
Mitzvot.
Meets vote. Meets vote. Okay? Now, notice that at the top of the page, there's an equal sign because this is often written and I'm going to use my whiteout. It's often written like this, meets vote. Now, how do you know it's meets vote and not something else? Very simple. Once there is a vowel underneath a letter, then the next thing that you have to see is another letter. So you see we have a vowel here under the ts, meets. That makes this has to be vote. Meets vote. Okay? Any questions?
No, that's great. Because I couldn't tell how you would know it wasn't another O. It
Because
looks
you
so
can't
much
have
like
two,
it. And
right.
now you told us. Yeah.
right,
that's great.
exactly.
So after a letter with a vowel.
So the top of page 36, on the right-hand side is how you would see it in a prayer book. The left-hand side reminds you, you know, what I had done with that before I put the whiteout in. Okay? So if you look at line 1, it's meets vo equal meets vo. It shows you the shortened way and the longer way. Then it's meets vote, meets vote. B meets vote, B meets vote. Torah u meets vote, Torah u meets vote. And then mitzvah Adonai meets meets vote Adonai meets vote Adonai. Does it? Everybody see that? Anybody have any questions? Okay, now. The next thing in the middle of the page, which has exclamation points, stars, an asterisk, arrows and whatever. Okay. I'm going to write it out. Give me a minute and I want to point something out to you. The meats. Whoops, made a mistake. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. The meats.
Tav.
Yep.
Oh, Tom.
Hold on.
Yeah, meets.
Okay. So this word in the middle of the page is, somebody had said it, B meets
Meets
vote
Tav.
tav. The B meets vote tav. What I want to point out is red pen. Okay, this, the part I just stuck in the red box.
Mhm.
You will see that a lot. And it's always of. And it comes at the end of a word. So b'mitzvot tav. There are a lot of other words that might end that way. Can't think of them off the top of my head, but they're there. And it's pronounced as the OVE in the word love, mitzvot tav. See? Whoops. It's pronounced as if it were mitzvot tav, like the OVE in love, mitzvot tav, love, the way I pronounce love, okay? I have a Boston accent, I get it. There you go. Any
Oh, Bim
questions?
Shalom, Bim Rapav.
So lines, who read last? Oh,
Mhm.
I mean, I know I read the top of the page, but does somebody want to try line 6? Do I have a volunteer? Okay, Gail K, please.
Beam Romav. Beam Romav.
Okay, did you say Bimromav?
Yes,
Okay, because I couldn't hear it. That's the only reason why I'm asking.
you know what?
okay.
I've got the sun in my eyes, so my head is down so I can see.
I got it.
Okay,
Okay,
then,
and then-
Shalom, Beam Romav.
Very nice. Line, Gail B, do you want to try line 7, please?
Yeah. Beam,
Bi,
be, oh, bime, bemitz. But, oh, bemitzvatav,
right,
bemitzvatav,
right.
kedush,
Key,
shan, kedushanu,
key, 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 key.
kedushanu. Bemitzvatav.
Right, okay. And Nancy, line 8, please.
Asher. Kidshanu. Bamitzvah. Oh, bamitzvah tov. No, bamitzvah. Bamitz. So tav.
Almost, bemitz, that's bemitz vo.
Oh,
Tav.
sure. Bamitzvah tav. Bamitzvah
Right.
tav.
All right, blessing over the candles, for example, that's what's at the bottom of this page. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvot tov, right?
Right.
That's the word. And then it goes on. All right. Any questions?
Thanks.
So we will pick up on page, we'll pick up on page 37, but there's a couple of things I'll say before that. But next week we'll start on page 37. Okay? I hope everyone has a Shabbat Shalom and a good week.
Shalom.
Good week.
Can I say something?
Yes, sure.
I just know how much I struggle in learning other languages. And I know that when there's vowels or there's consonants in English that are not in other languages, at the other languages I'm learning, it's this constant, I'm constantly translating, searching, looking. So I thank everyone for supporting me so well, because I know this is not so easy. There's just so much here.
Yeah, of course it's not so easy. But you all are doing very, very nicely.
Thank you.
So, and as a reminder, as you're practicing during the week, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.